one of his demonstrations because I at least tried to. This is not even worth my time. You got to be kidding me. First things first, my name's Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Wiz Technology Screens. So all this started from basically this is Joker sending me some email with some death threats, or not death threats, some threats in it about suing me or with some nonsense about whatever. Don't talk about his name or whatever. You got just something wrong with you, really is. You're another nut job at the end of the day. So as I said before, I can say your name as many times as you want, as I want. And yeah, if you want, I can buy your product right now. I'm trying to go on your website and buy your product to get it down here so we can see what your product is all about. Because at the end of the day, from what I'm seeing from the YouTube videos or from the Facebook videos, automatically I can tell what's in your product already from the door. It's not hard to make at all, period. Also, too, you would never compete against anything we have down here. Judging by what I saw, your application process that you have to go through to apply one of your screens is freaking nutso. No one in their right mind is going to, even Crow stuff paints faster than this at the end of the day. I mean, his stuff, even though at the end of the day, you really can't tell whether it's black or white paint or whatever it may be, but at least it does paint faster than this. I don't know anybody in their right mind is going to go through this for an application for a screen. Keep in mind that if you're doing a screen size of 100 inch or 120 or 150 inch, you're not going to do this. The application is just too much. So just by looking at your demonstrations, I was just on your website. I'm going to order your product and bring it down here for testing. It's not going to do well, but it may be a waste of my time at the end of the day. So let me show you what we've seen off the demonstration. Like I said, I really don't pay this guy any mind, but since he felt the need to send me that interesting message, let's go see what he has to offer. Like I said, buddy, you got a website. I'll buy your product today and I'll have it down here in no time at all. And you're not going to like the results. I told you, you don't want to go down this road, but let's see what you got. So this is supposed to be your application process on painting the screen. Now keep in mind, even though Jamie's paint, at the end of the day, he can't back up whether his product is basically house paint or black and white paint, but at least it goes on a lot faster than this. So first things first, you got to get a 1/4 nap roller, extended pole, just for 100 and 120 inch screen. And this is a light broom handle can work, whatever, so and so and so. Wet towel for any why in the world would you need a wet towel? Okay, whatever. So let's just look through this thing. And see what you got to go through to paint this screen in. This reminds me of Goose Ring. It does. It reminds me of how Goose Rings had to be painted in. They were nightmares. That's my personal experience. Why are you doing a demonstration with divots and holes and all that stuff in there? I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, we did this demonstration 8 years ago. So I guess they're copying our work, whatever. Apply fundamentals. So you got to go through all this to paint a screen, and are you kidding me? No one's going to paint this thing at 120. No one's going to paint this in. This is too much work. You got too many steps in here, man. You got so many steps in here that the average consumer is going to be afraid to make a mistake and mess this up. It has to be something simple and easy. You got too many steps in here. You got to go through all this to explain to you what you have to do. It's too much. Yeah, customers right now that get nervous on just painting a wall with one coat. You got 3 applications going through here. So this is the surface that he's painting. Anytime that we decide to make the effort to do a side-by-side with a company, we'll research you first. After what I've seen in the demonstrations on the Facebook channel alone, you got nothing for us. The paint that oh my goodness, that's the day, I swear. Y'all got to be kidding me with this stuff. I could level this with a Phantom with no problem. Right now I'm looking at this website, I don't see a shopping cart or any marketplace on his website. You lucky it ain't on there, man, because I got $500 in my pocket right now. I'm about to go through your site and buy your stuff and bring it over here. And destroy your stuff quick. I'm gonna have a Phantom rip through your stuff. Matter of fact, I'll bring the deep red on this and trash your screens. No, let's be professional. Let's be professional. Let's see what he got to offer. Are we still talking? I would have painted the screen by now. Come on, man, paint the screen. What are we doing here? Let's fast forward and see what's going on. This is a lot of talking just to paint a screen. All right, what we got going on here? All right, here's the other set of instructions. All right, so you got to paint the center of the screen approximately 3 inches. You got to paint it has to be approximately 3 inches wide. That right there is a headache. So you're telling your customers that they got to pour a line about 3 inches wide. This is what I'm talking about, the tedious nightmare of screen paints. Okay, I swear. You see how fast it takes me to paint a screen, people? So he's got to instruct someone how to paint a screen. Why is it going on so sloppy? That is really bad. What the freak am I watching here? What the freak, why does it look like that? You really seriously want to challenge my technology? Are you kidding me? What is going on? Why is this? It looks like it's greasy. That is so thick. Why is it so thick? Look at that. Oh my goodness, I can't watch this. Oh, it feels like someone's just burrowing into my brain with a rusty drill. Just be done with it. I'm just using done. I hate to say it, crow paint screens faster than this. You got to be kidding me. Look at this. You see how it's like it's separating here and there? That's not good. And you got to instruct someone to paint that little screen. Can you imagine if it was a 120-inch screen you had to paint and you was doing that? So he has to instruct them on how to paint a screen. Oh, this is goose screen. Literally, this is how goose screens had to be painted. That up and down robot formation. So you literally had to do this. Mind you, keep in mind that the fact that if you're doing a screen of, you see how big my screens are downstairs? Imagine doing this to one of those screens. Okay, I got to get past this part. What else do we got going on? How much more of this we got to go on this? Okay, so now you got to move the foam cover okay, move the foam cover surface, apply small amount of pressure on roller. Really got to go through all this, apply small pressure on roller. Repeat step 2, no pressure, using only the weight of the roller. Okay, that's the dumbest thing I've seen in my entire life. You just read that, right? You just read that. So repeat step 2 with no pressure. No pressure on the roller. No one's going to paint this. I can tell you right now from personal experience, no one's going to paint it. It's too many steps involved into it. I would have had this screen painted on my wall, dried, had 4K certified demonstrations, done it already. We'd have been already done with this already. All right, where are we going from here? All right, let's see. Rinse rollers out, and then you have to do this. Go over. Is there another application? Because that can't be the screen because that spotty is I don't know what. All right, so now we got another step we got to go through. So they're going to drop more paint on top of the screen. Another line of paint now is going across the screen. What color is this one? This one's actually a different color. It looks like it's either black or gray. I don't know what it is. So they're applying another one on. So already there's one coat. This is the second coat. I'm sitting here with my mouth dropped wide open. The last time I actually watched the demonstration this long, it was literally goose green. So this is another coat we put on top of this right here. So the first coat didn't take? Is that it? Because it should have been a one coat application. So this is the second coat going back over again. This is literally like watching paint dry. A lot of you know, I've done that before twice, so many times. And I hate to say this. At the end of the day, nobody knows what Crow's paint. At the end of the day, we know it's black and white paint. But at least at the end of the day, it's, he can paint the screen a heck of a lot faster than this. Good gracious, are you freaking kidding me? I'm not sitting here just watching this demonstration that's taken forever. Why do you have to put two coats on it? Are you done yet? So there's already two coats. Yeah, this sounds is killing me right now. Okay, we gotta fast forward. I don't know what the heck this crap is going on right here. All right, so they're drying it right here. They're drying it. I guess they're drying it. They're drying it. Still drying right there. They're drying. All right, so there's the color right there. We had to go past that. I couldn't sit there. I literally have watched paint dry before. I'm not doing that crap again. Look at the surface. Look how spotty the surface is looking. That's bad. That's really, really spotty. Why it's so spotty? The fact that he put two applications on it and it's still spotty like that is not good. So I guess there's another coat. Look at this. This is what didn't paint all the way. All right, now what are we doing next on this now? Let's move on. So we just watched two applications be painted onto the screen. Now this is the third. What is the freak? There's a third application on it? Oh, come on, man. Are you serious? Mind you, now think about it, people. Look at the size of the screen. Imagine you're doing 120 to 100, even 100 inch screen. You're going to have to put this application on it. That's the color of your screen. PARTAY, are you seriously? Oh my goodness. Your screen's going to get destroyed. A phantom is going to destroy that screen. Do you have an idea how powerful phantoms are? Phantoms can maintain white levels to blend that screen, and it will basically turn that screen to a white sheet of paper. If that's the color of your screen, if that's what you're selling, yeah, you're done. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm going to buy your product today. You got to open on your website. We'll bring it down here. We'll have a phantom take it apart real quick. And you will go outside with that thing too. You're not going to survive a phantom. You won't even survive the gunmetal screens. But the fact that you have to put that many applications on it, that was 3 applications. So the first one they put on, then they put another second one, then they put a third one. I guess it's the last one. It's got to be the last one because it's near the end of the video. No, there's another coat. Are you freaking kidding me? There's actually another coat. All right, so now she paints over this one. All right. So that was the first, second, third. This is the third coat right now. And judging by the color of your paint, I could make that without 3 coats. Actually, I can make that product over here right now today without 3 coats. With 1 coat application done. Here comes another coat of paint. You gotta be kidding me. We just did freaking 3 coats on here. Look at this. It better not be the color of your screen. That had better not be the color of your screen. Buddy, that's the color of your screen. This is what you're pushing. This is supposed to be your product right here. No, that's not going to pass. Phantoms, it's not going to pass. The red, it's not going to pass nothing we have over here. Not a thing. By the color of your screen. And the fact that you had to put 4 applications. So you put the first one on, then you put a second one on, then you put a third one on, then you put a 4. It takes 4 applications. So how many freaking containers of paint are you getting? Because if it's 3 applications, how much paint are you getting? Are you getting people like 5 quarts of paint or 4 quarts of paint? And if they're painting 100, it's going to say, so that one kit paints from 100 to 120 inch screen. So if a person wants, oh, that's a bit of a nightmare. If they want to go bigger, like 150 inch screen, they're going to have something like 8 cans of paint or whatever, something to do it. No, I wouldn't paint that crap in. Oh, heck no, I wouldn't paint that in. That crap takes too long. You got to be kidding me. You got to dry in between each one. That's what goose screens were doing. No one's going to paint that. Nobody in their right mind is going to paint that. Nobody in their right mind, especially when you got people out there that are developing screen paints and you go, be done. It takes me no time at all to paint a screen in. By the time it took you to paint that screen in, I would have had the screen painted on the wall, had it dried, had 4 or 5 certified screens tested against it, the white level tested against it, and we did a couple of demonstrations, and voila, I would have been done. Just did not watch that whole demonstration like that. Unbelievable. First coat, second coat, third coat, and the 4th coat. And then he wants you to put it on, and it has to be a certain, I really do. Okay, look, I'm going to do you a favor today. Because that product you just displayed is not going to be to work down here. That screen won't hold up at all, period. We got certified screens darker than that. We got screen paint mixes that we made that are darker than that right now. Are you kidding me? The screen we just made for the gunmetal, to test the gunmetals on, is darker than that. And it would probably blow that out of the water with no problem. That's just black and white paint. Yeah, no one's going to do that. Number one, another problem you're going to have with it, and I'll tell you, you might have a problem with motorized projection screens. A motorized projection screen is not a screen you want to be going around adding multiple coats to the screen. Keep in mind, this is a screen that's going to feed up into a motor. So it's only designed to be a certain thickness. You don't want to pile layers of paint on a motorized screen. The more piles of paint you put on the screen, the longer it's going to take for it to dry. You could paint a screen and touch it and it can be dry, but the screen still can be soaking wet. That's what they call curing. It's still liquid. The screen is still damp. I've had screens that I've touched. You try to see if I put tape up there and it falls down anyway because the screen is still wet in between. And you roll that up into a motorized projection screen. I want to see him doing it. Well, he said he's done on a motorized projection screen, but I can't imagine putting that many applications right from the door onto a motorized. I really can't imagine doing that. I really can't imagine. It's a lot of paint. That's a lot of applications that he put on there. So anytime I watch anyone doing screens, I always have to watch their application to see how it's applied. The fact that there's so many applications on here, the customer is not going to do that. I've got customers that I've talked to that don't even want to do the 1-coat application. They would rather have us coat the screens for them because they're afraid that they're going to mess it up. Now imagine if you got that many lines of instructions that you have to go through, somewhere along the line, you're going to mess up. And that's what you don't want. You want something that's going to be easy for the customer, easy for them to apply on and be done with it. The easier the product, the better. But if you got all those instructions up there, it's just going to confuse people. And at the end of the day, it's going to end up basically someone messing it up. That's a lot. Some people want their products to sound more and more and more like, they want it to sound like, what's the word for it? Well, Gooseman was doing that at one point. They want it to sound like it has like Like the more instructions it has, it makes it sound like it's more complicated. You know what I mean? It's a more complicated product. But judging by the color of the screen, that screen wouldn't be to pick up proper color. That screen wouldn't even pick up in the zone downstairs, the max out zone, it wouldn't pick up. Judging by the demonstrations that I've seen already on the Facebook page, the environments were all dark. There was no real light in the environment. We put one of the screens down in the basement, that screen wouldn't even show up. But I'm gonna be going on your website. I'm gonna go over your website. I don't see any place where I can buy it. So how do we buy this product and get it down here so we can basically knock this thing out real quick and I can go about my day? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna get a lawyer because I'm testing your product. That's what you're gonna do? No. All right then. This is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. No one's gonna do that. That's just too much work. That's a lot. I don't know what was going on with this. Why the screen was so smeared up. See how that looks? How it's smeared like that? That's really bad. It went on real thick and it's smeared. And you know what this reminds me of? When we made this product back last year, it had oil. I'll show you the demonstration. We made this product. Actually, he posted the demonstration. He posted the paint, and we went and we made it, and there was oil in it, and it came up that same kind of smear came to it. I don't know if it's oil in this or not, but I do know we do have this product. We did make it. It was a black version of it, but this right here should not be looking like that. And then the fact that you have to, the way they're painting it, it's not taking. It's basically, it has a bit of a smear to it. So he has to do this multiple times. See that? Look at that. That shouldn't look like that. The first time you paint it, it should be smooth. The only time you get something that looks like this, and it even shouldn't look like this, if you paint certain screens have a coating on the screen, so basically you can wipe the screen down if something goes wrong or kids puts his fingers on or whatever, as a special coating. Now what that will do is that will basically separate. You can paint over it, but you'll see the screen separating a little bit. And that's why I tell people when you first start seeing that sign, what you do is you basically put a light coating on it first. Nothing this heavy, but you put a light coating on it first. And when you put the light coating on it, let it dry. It allows for the surface to marry the second time around. That's what you do. I tell people never force it. But this is not that kind of material. You know what I mean? It's not something that has a protective coating on it. And the fact that you have to go through this, why didn't you just paint it this way to begin with? That would have been just a lot more easier than just going all over the place and then, well, I don't know. Look at this. That should have took the first time. And the fact that you're sitting there giving her instructions how to do this, it shouldn't be that hard. Now she's got to roll up. No, he's guiding her to roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. No, I wouldn't do 120-inch screen. I'm gonna be doing this? No, no. I'm not doing that nonsense. No. My freaking 120-inch I got downstairs is only like 5 feet, about 5 feet something, close to about that. No, that's no more than that. It's more than 5 feet. Imagine you're going to be going up and up and up and up. And I got the 150 in the back. I couldn't imagine painting this on 150. Move foam roller to cover entire surface. Apply small amount of pressure. Roll in one direction. Repeat step 2 with no pressure, using only the weight of the roller. Sounds like something that just came out of a fortune cookie. I lie to you not. Who would freaking go through this? How about we just put the paint on the screen, we done, and that's it. We're done. That's too much work. If that's the case, what happens if you have to blast it with a paint cannon? So you blast with a paint cannon one time, You blast it. It's 4 applications, so you're going to blast it. Keep in mind, every time you blast it with the cannon, you're going to have to take the cannon, take it apart, clean out the cup, put it all back together again, put the second application in. Do that again. That's you're going to have 4 or 5 cannons sitting around, where each one is going to have an individual part of the paint. Because you're going to have to wash out your cannon every time. Because at the end of the day, it's going to become cross-contaminated. Did you even think about that part? If someone uses a cannon? Oh, no, I guess he didn't. Didn't really think that one through, did you? Yeah, you're going to have to clean out your cannon every single time. God forbid if you're using basically a hose and cup, then that means you're going to have to flush out the hose on top of that and clean the cup. Are we got this? Is this still going on right now? I should have already twice already. That's one application right there, right? All right, there's one application. And see how spotty the screen looks? This shouldn't look this way. Now, here's another. Now, mind you, we just saw one application. Here we go with part 2. Clean and rinse on water between coats. Yeah, you're going to be, yeah, see right here it says clean and rinse your rollers between each coat. That means if you're using a paint cannon, that means that every time that you spray an application, you're going to have to go in and clean your cannon out every single time for each application. That's what you're going to have to do. Unless you got 4 cannons sitting around and you can basically just drop each color in each one, then each layer in each one, then you're good. Other than that, you're going to wash that cannon out every single time. Now, if you're using something where the Wagners and all of them have the all-in-one, but if you're using a more professional model that involves a hose and cup, you're going to have to flush that hose out every single time. Some people just like to have, I guess you're going to have, I don't know how you're going to go with that one, but yeah. You got to wash it each time because it can't cause any cross-contamination, that's why. My application time on my screen alone would dominate this with no problem. My goodness, are you kidding me? I could have painted 4 screens by now. I could have painted that screen, a couple of screens I could have painted by the time we've gotten done. For each application, I could have knocked out a screen. So now here we go again. We're applying another application on again. I feel like I'm in math class. A lot of you not. Ready for like, you ever remember Bueller's Day Off? Everybody remember that when the guy's saying like Bueller, and everybody's falling asleep in class? That's what I feel like I'm going through right now. Sorry, dude, but your video, man, I hate to say it, man, this is the worst application I've ever seen. No one's gonna go through this. Look at this. So we just went through a second coat. That's 2 coats already. Shorter distance, mind you, when you do a 100-inch screen, that's 4 feet by 7 feet. 120 inches, like 5 feet by something, 5 feet, I forget what it is. You're going at 150 inches, you're going on a screen that's going to be about 7 feet tall. So your up and down strokes are going to be a lot more higher. You're going to get a workout, and you're definitely going to do that. Let's go through this. Oh my goodness. Okay. How much more we got to go on this? We did this twice. already, but I'm just going over it again. Good gracious. Come on, what are we, don't, let's just go again. Let's see what we got. No, we're still doing the whole demonstration. I'm just going through and see. I watched this already the first time. He's got to be kidding me. Buddy, no one's going to do this. You're going to have some people that may, but no one in their right mind is going to do this. People that are basically beginners are going to stay away from this as far as possible. It's way too much work. And mind, the screen's not even 100 inches at all, period. Nowhere near. It's the same size screen he had in his backyard, the little tiny screen is in his backyard. That's it. The whole object when you're selling screen paint, it has to be something that's going to be fast and quick, easy for the customer. It's going to have fantastic results. This is what you're going to have to be to perform to get a product that works. I guarantee if you posted this on his Facebook fan page, and you wouldn't even get any response back on this. Because the first time someone's going to think it's like, this is just too much. I'm not doing all this work. People don't want to do that. Okay, let me see what we got going here. This is him inspecting the screen. It should never look that way off 2 coats. That is pretty bad. It didn't even cover well. I don't know what this is supposed to be. You'd have done better. If that's supposed to be primer, boy, that was a horrible primer, because primer should have covered that over in one hit and you'd have been done. Bullseye would have hit that in one hit and would have been finished. But that's not the actual screen, just to let you know. Look at that. It didn't even cover up the crack right there. That's not good, wait, that's not good. The fact that you put 2 applications on it, it still looks that way. It's not good. Here we go. This is the third application you're watching going on. So we've already seen the first, second, now it's the third application. I need a nap after this one. I definitely need me a nap. I'm not trying to be rude, but I bet you half the people that are watching this are going to be sitting there with their mouth wide open right now going, what the freak? Can you imagine applying this to a motorized screen? People are already antsy enough as it is when it comes to motorized projection screens, painting them. Imagine you tell them that you got to put 4 coats of paint on a motorized. They're not going to do that at the end of the day. There's no way in the world they're going to stick down there. I don't care if it does work. They're not going to put that on there. It's not a very expensive, it's a very expensive screen to replace if it breaks. Motors for the screens aren't cheap. Now already, that was 1 coat, right? That's going to dry. Let it dry for a bit. All right. I swear this is about the loading time for freaking for Borderlands. Now we're going to put down a 4th coat. 4 coats, people. 4 coats. And it's supposed to be the final coat. And that's the color of your screen. A Phantom would crush that with no problem. You can't maintain contrast. I can tell you right now from looking at your screen, you can't maintain contrast and you can't maintain color. A white level you can pull, but a Phantom can pull the same white level as this right here with no problem. That screen would get crushed by a Phantom just by looking at it right from the door. That's bad. That's really, really bad. No one in their right mind is not going to paint that. They're not going to paint that at all. I'm sorry, buddy, but no one's going to paint that. That's just too much work. At the end of the day, that's too much freaking work. So that's the screen he just painted right there. You saw in the demonstration. Look at the color of it. That in no way is going to pass. A Phantom's going to trash that so badly it's not even funny. It is, man. A Phantom's going to crush that. It's a gray screen at the end of the day. If you want, we'll buy it. We'll bring it down here and we'll see if it works. So let's see. Where you put this? Oh, this is the entry. This is the entry. Tuck the screen away in here. Why is it here? Why do you have it in here? Why is it? Why? Under the fireplace. My goodness. Yeah, automatically from the door. Phantom will destroy your screen. That's all from the door. You let me know where you can buy it. I'll buy it from you right now. Where's your website at? This is on the website? Let me see. Yeah, it is on your website right here. Where do you buy it on your website? We can get it over here and we can basically flatline your screen real quick. Let's see what we got going on here. I see a home right here. Do-it-yourself coatings. Is this right here? You get $160 for this? No, buddy, I'm sorry. We'll buy one of them. We'll flatline it real quick. So someone pays $160 to paint this 4 times on a surface. So this is what I don't get. This is what I'm not getting right here. How many containers are you getting? Because if it takes 4 applications and you're selling this by the gallon, are you giving people like four applications, like 4 quarts? So how is this being sold? So it says right here, fight light something, fight light, lightning, fight. What ambient light fighting formula? Okay, whatever. Rolls on with what we just saw, that was not a roll on easy demonstration. That clearly was not one right there altogether. So how are you doing this? If we just watched in the demonstration where we saw 4 applications being applied to the surface and each application was a different color, how many quarts of paint are you giving the customer? So is it like what, 4 quarts for each one application? Is that what it is? It doesn't make any sense. So what if they want to paint a screen of 150 inches? What do you give them, 8? Let's see what we got going on here. What pictures we have on here. Where's the picture of the screen? So you just have them where? What do we have here? I can tell by the color automatically from the door. It's not going to do well. Look at the color of the screen right here. See the color of it right there? That's no way in the world going to pass a Phantom. A Phantom's going to destroy that with no problem. Look at the color of the screen right there. They're gray. You're not going to survive on a Phantom. The contrast levels won't even match a Phantom. Phantom screens are jet black. You would never match the contrast level. Look how your screen is fading out here. That's all washed out. There's no way in the world. I don't even know what you were even thinking. I'm trying to consider the fact that if I buy your product, I mean, bottom line, keep in mind, you won't even survive downstairs and the lighting we had downstairs in the max out zone. If I take this outside and I put this on a 150-inch screen, you think you'll survive outside at 5 o'clock? No, you're not gonna make it. We just did a demonstration on the gunmetal. You see how dark I made the screen paint we used to go against the gunmetal? That thing is so dark. It's darker than your product. And that screen can still produce a higher white level. You couldn't even pass a gunmetal. Where's your certified test? What's the difference between your product and DNP, Supernova, Elite Screens, any of the Dark Star 9s? You said ultra short throw. Are you have any ultra short throw certified compatible tests against certified screens? Where's your multicolored display? You haven't got none of that here. Nothing's here at all. What's that? Because this right here. What color is this one right here? This one all of a sudden is sold out. He doesn't have this anymore. It's just sold out now. Matte black. That's the one we're going to want. But all of a sudden it's sold out. We can't get her. Why is it when it comes to us to basically getting their product, all of a sudden they're sold out and they don't have them anymore? Or they're basically just rejecting our orders. Why is that? So that one's sold out. He doesn't have that anymore. Okay. Interesting that a product is sold out that you make yourself, but okay. This one's sold out. This one, oh, they're all sold out. This is the only one he has that's not sold out. All these are sold out. Can we get a picture of, do you have any pictures of the black screen? None. There's no pictures there. He has no pictures at all showing off the black screen. Nothing. At all. No pictures. Where are the pictures at? So let me see. These are videos of the black screen. Let's see. Let's see what you got. I hope you're not in the dark. And it's in the dark. And I bet you $100 is on an ultra short throw projector. Guaranteed. In the dark. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this way. That's not black, buddy. That screen right there is actually what you're displaying is a dark gray screen. That's not black. Phantoms are darker than that. So this is not black at all, buddy. Nowhere in the world it's not a black screen. You got too much light in here. Hold on for a minute. I gotta forget my rules produce a lot of light. Let me get this real quick. That's not even a black screen. That's not even black. That's actually dark gray. Our gunmetals are around that. The gunmetal we designed and that black and white product is about that right there, that exact same color. That's not even black. Not even black. The UV mix is darker than what your screen is. It is. It's actually much darker. The UV mix is very dark. The first one that Crow is actually displaying is really, 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 really dark. It's really dark. But it's not as dark as the screen paint mix that we made to basically go against that product. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna show you this real quick. Let's see. Because we got some sunlight interference on my screen here. You got to see this. The screen's not even black. It's actually a kind of looks like a dark gray. That's what it looks like. I'm hardly ever in my chair. I don't even know why I put this thing in here to begin with. I never use anything in here to begin with. Okay. We're better off in here. Let's get her some light in here too. Don't like it too dark in here. That's the deep red Phantom that's going on right now. I gotta spend some more time in here. All right, so which mouse is on here? All right. Oh, I forgot my computer is on over there. It's running right now. My gaming computer. I was playing Pac-Man this morning. All right, let me see. Which one's this one here? I think it's yeah, I got it right. I don't remember my passwords for all of these. That's the acoustic screen triggering off right now. No remote controls for the sound bars in here, not one. I'm just gonna see what's going on. Just playing in the background. Sounds like a movie I was watching. Yeah, that screen he displayed, that screen is actually, it's not black. That screen looks like this color. Exactly like that. I got too much light coming in from my, I got too much light coming in from my window in there to be able to see exactly what I need to show you. Yeah, buddy, your screen would get flatlined down here. You don't want that down here at all, period. You're better off keeping it where it's supposed to be at. You don't want it down here. After what I've seen the color of it, Phantom would rip right through that thing with no problem whatsoever. Let me see. What the heck was playing in the background of this over here? Oh, it's playing out my speakers. Oops, wrong control keyboard. Ugh. It's the only thing I have in keyboard side by side. All right, let me see. That's why I was looking at the Dragonfly screen over there. I was trying to get my hands on that one, and we couldn't get my hands on that one. Okay. All right. No, there's even a whatchamacallit called Partay's Party Solutions. Freight, dude. Here's right there. Kind of hard to dig up your site, man. Here it is, my Squarespace right there. There we go. We got it right over here. All right, let me see. Where is it at? He has applications. That wouldn't be it. We have do-it-yourself coats. There we go. There we go. Now this is what we want to look at. Where is the black screen? Now, all these are sold out. These are all sold out right here. So where's that black screen at? We want to look at right here. This right here. Let me see. Let's have a look at this. Dude, I wouldn't know any better, but I think you've been going into your site and you're changing some things. So some things don't look the same way while it was in here. Right now, I can't find your black screen, and I was just looking at it just a few minutes ago. So let me see what we got here. All right. I'm not seeing anything in here. Where's the black screen? Nothing there. It's coming soon. What do we have here? None of these are saying black at all, period. Let's just click on one of these and see. This one right here is gray, mid-gray. So that's a mid-gray. So we know that's not it. You should have it right here labeled. This is where it should be labeled, because that means now a person's going to have to click on every one of these in order to figure out exactly which one of these is black, which is not good. You didn't do good on your website here. So we had to click on literally all of these to figure out which one's black. I think we clicked on this one already. So I'm going to show you right here what I'm seeing. I'm going to show you what I'm actually pissing right here. See this right here? So in order for me to figure out which one of these are black, let me move this out of the way real quick. This is a smaller monitor we're working on right here. And bring this over here so you can see this. So in order for us to see, we can't see at the bottom where it's going to say it's black. It doesn't say that. You literally have to click on the item to figure out if it's black or not in the description, which is a bit of a nightmare. So we clicked on that one. Let's click on this one right here and see if we get what this one is going to be. This one is going to be what color? All right, this is the black one. This is the only way you would know. You have to click on it in order to see that it's the black one right there. All right, so let's see if we can get some show the videos on it to see if the screen is an actual black screen. This is the video right here of it. Number one, you're in the dark. There's too much dark in the environment. I don't know why it's that dark. You should have more light in that. I don't know why you're zooming some up on the screen, but this is what I need to see right here. Bring it down a little bit more. Right there. No, your screen actually isn't black. Your screen is actually a dark gray. But that's not black at all. So a screen is actually gray. It's not black. A phantom is actually, a phantom would be much darker than that. Your screen is actually the same color, almost the same color as what we have over here. That's what your screen's coming in. But that screen right there isn't black at all. Not even close. And that's more like when they use the tactic of making the screen dark gray so it can produce a higher white level. But that screen right there is clearly is gray at the end of the day. That's a gray screen. See the trim around your screen? That's actually black. So that should be matching your trim around your screen. And your screen would actually be black. But the fact that it's not matching the trim shows that your screen is actually gray and not black. So that would never pass a Phantom. Phantoms are 100% jet black screens. You wouldn't be able to pass that or the Phoenix. The time it took you to paint that screen, it was freaking crazy. That's everything else in here. Let's see what else. Everything you have in here is sold out. Sold out. Yeah, sure. What pictures you have here? Close up on the screen. I would never understand why the picture is so close on the screen. That's never good. And then you're taking these little tiny cookie cutter screens. Why are the screens so small? Okay, hold on for a minute. All right, yeah, I'll show you how it's done. You see my marketplace right here? All right, see how my screens are all set up and displayed right here? If I click on this one right here, let me show you what we get. We show the full size physical screen. See it right there? The full physical screen is displayed. Not a little tiny cookie cutter screen. The full size screen is displayed for the customer to be able to see it. That's how you're supposed to do it. You don't have any of this on your site. Where's your information on your site, on your products? Let's go over to, let me see. This is how it's supposed to be displayed on a full-size screen. Here's my screen being displayed outside at 150 inches. See? That's how it's supposed to be done. So my customer goes in and they buy a gallon of paint from me. They know that if I'm showing it on a 150-inch screen, it's supposed to be displayed on a 150-inch screen. But judging by what I've seen in the demonstrations on his products, no. Your products couldn't pass any of our screen paints. None of them alone the demonstrations. It wouldn't be able to pass it at all, period. So I don't know where you get in thinking your product is supposed to be the same as mine. I don't know where you come off with that. Black Phantom. You see how dark Black Phantom is? No. Your product is not going to match anything we have over here. So since all your products are sold out, the only screen we're interested in is the black screen. That's it. Maybe that gray screen. We're interested in that. So, $160. Yeah. We'll bring it down here and we'll put it through all the testing, which means it's going to go against certified screens. It's going to do distance throw on long throw projectors at 1,000 lumens. You're going to be tested outside. You're going downstairs where the max out meter room is going to be at. You'll be tested against Phantom, Deep Red, all the screens we had down here. And then I'll take you outside and I'll stick you against Sun Killer, and we'll see if you can take a direct hit from the sun next to that technology, since your product is supposed to be the same as mine. Because if at the end of the day, you should have just shut your mouth and never sent me that email to begin with. And now you're looking at getting your products tested out over here, because as I've seen from your demonstrations, you haven't done any form of testing at all whatsoever. Your screens are all sitting in the dark, and then whatever you have outside is pretty much on these tiny little screens, which shows me at the end of the day that your product just, it doesn't work. I can see it doesn't work. Right from there from the door, it doesn't work. Due to the fact that you should have that displayed on much bigger screens. That screen's not taking any ambient light in that little tiny setup. No way in the world. At all. I don't know where you're getting this from. Yeah, I hear you too, buddy. What you mad about? Calm down. You're always angry about something. You want angry freaking cat. Yeah, I hear you. Trying to get my camera to go down with that down again. Gotta clean my screen. That's what I need to do. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, that's what you need to do. Look, I already seen how long it takes you to paint the application for one of your screens. That takes too long, number one. Customers are not going to subject themselves to using a screen that takes that long to be painted in. Your screen, number one, like I said, this is not black. This screen you're showing right here is a dark gray. If I bring your product down here, it won't pass a Phantom. Not if alone the environment that Phantoms have to go through, it won't pass. I guarantee you won't even pass the certified screen test we have done there, or ultra short throw demonstrations on certifieds. You won't pass it at all. You'll have some problems down here from the door. So you won't pass any of our testing at all. The fact that when I saw that demonstration of that screen at 100 inches outside, that small little screen, yeah, that's a huge sign. It tells me at the end of the day, your screen can't it can't max out at all, period. Now, people watch me paint screens on here live all the time. It doesn't take that long. I come on here, I drop the paint, hit my corners, back and forth, and we're done. Screen's drying, demonstration's done. We put it up, we do the 4 certifieds, and we're going, we're out, we're done. But the fact that it took that long, no customer in the right mind is going to do it. I don't even want to do it. At the end of the day, we get your paint down here. I don't want to sit there and paint that thing to a 120-inch screen to go through freaking 4 applications of paint. Are you kidding me? To paint that thing? How much paint am I getting out of this? Literally. Because it has to be, what I just saw in the demonstration, if you're giving somebody, if it paints to up to 100 to 120-inch screen, and that's 1 quart, it takes about, how are you adding that up? So if it's 1 quart takes to paint a 120-inch screen, right? Then that means that he's giving you about 4 quarts of paint, because there's a quart per each coating. That means you got to paint that screen 4 times at 120 inches. Think about that. Heck, I just want to paint a screen 1 time and be done with it at the end of the day. I don't want to paint the screen 4 times. But that's what you're going to have to do that. And in between that, you got to wait for the screen to dry before you can put another application on, because he tells you in the video you got to clean out the rollers, which means now you got to go clean your rollers out. You know how saturated a roller gets with paint? Now you got to go in there, you got to scrub all that paint out that you're going to go through 3 or 4 rollers just to paint one screen. Either way, it's going to cost you money to paint the screen. Either you're going to wash out the same roller over and over and over again and run the risk of basically cross-contaminating, or you use a paint sprayer, which you're going to have to clean the cannon out 3 times, or you just buy a pack of rollers and just go through 4 rollers as you're doing it. Either way, it's a headache. It's just a big headache at the end of the day. That's what it is. It comes down to be nothing but headache. I can't get my screen out of Zoom. I gotta clean my freaking phone. But that's the whole thing. I'm gonna leave it that way. I don't care. Anyway, it's too much work. No one in their right mind is gonna do that. That's why I don't get it. That's why I said it's just too much work. 100. If you're gonna paint like a 200-inch screen, you're gonna need about 8 cans of paint to do it. There's an application for each one. You're not doing 100. You're not doing 100-inch, 150, 160 out of that. Yeah, that's a headache. That's a freaking headache. Nobody's going to do that. I wouldn't even dare do that with my motorized projection screen. I got customers right now that I do business with, and they don't even want to paint. They ask me 1,000 questions from here to Sunday about painting a motorized projection screen. Even though it's just one coat, they still have a lot of questions to ask. I mean, if it's going to crack, if it's going to peel. Mind you, the more layers you put on top of a screen, the higher the risk you're going to have of a screen cracking or peeling. And you're talking about 3 applications, and those applications weren't exactly thin. They were very thick applications. That's not good. Why did you have to go through all 3 of them to begin with? If you just ended up with that particular color, and you just paint over that color right there, I can match your screen, no problem. I know exactly how to match it. I can use bullseye primer and probably blend one of your screens with no problem. Easy. Bullseye primer, a couple of teaspoons of black paint. Yeah, I can nail your screen easily. That's it. I can just basically get a dark bullseye primer and nail your screen exactly the way it is. Because when I looked at it, I was like, there's no way in the world that's going to match your screens. What are you doing back there? My goodness, man. Cat's been getting in some trouble all day today. But anyway, he's under my chair messing with my LED lights. Get him out of my chair. You want a chair? I'll put a chair in your room. You can mess up. But anyway, yeah, that's just too much work, man. No one's going to sit there and do that application. I mean, no one's going to do that. I mean, customers, like I said, I deal with, like I said, they don't even want to put the one application on there. They're afraid to put the one application because they're afraid they're going to mess up the screen. So imagine telling you got to put 4 applications on that. And each time the applications have to dry between the periods of time. Keep in mind, that's a small screen he was doing. So if you're doing 120, the bigger the screen, the more time it's going to take for the screen to dry. And you're going to snap your back putting that one in. He didn't think that thoroughly through. He didn't really think that thoroughly through. At the end of the day, he didn't. All right, buddy. I'm gonna give you a little bit of break today. This is what I'm gonna give you. $160. Not even worth that. I'm gonna give you a break today. I can tell by looking at your products, I can duplicate your paints over here with no problem. I'm gonna give you a break. Don't email me. Don't even say my name. Mind your own business. Because I'll drop some orders in there. I'll bring your product down here. And when I get done with your product, nobody will touch it. I'll sink that shit before it even leaves the harbor. Trust me, you don't want to go against a phantom. So from what I've seen from your demonstrations, you're doing these little cookie cutter screens outside. You're afraid to expand that screen. If you expand that screen, that means your pixelations are going to start dropping like crazy. Especially the farther the distance, you got to pull it back. That's less ambient. It's less. Your lumens are going to drop dramatically to try to get to that screen, and that screen's going to have to produce that image coming right back. So as I can see, I don't know why in the world you would have that much land and have such a tiny little screen out there to begin with. I don't get that part right there. That looks like, to me, as a person that's afraid to try. That's what it looks like to me. You should have a much bigger screen than that. You should have a fixed frame screen or 150-inch fixed frame or some giant inflatable screen out there. Something out there. But you got that little tiny screen out there. And I noticed you use that same tiny screen you painted throughout your entire demonstration. My kitchen screen's bigger than that. It's about a 60. It's bigger than your sample, your tiny screen. Oh, man. That's just... All right, we're getting out of here. Next time you mention my name or something, I'll bring your product over here and I'll flatline it. You got my word on that one. If you want, I'll make a pink screen and I'll embarrass your screen and I'll call it the Barbie screen if you want to go down that road. I'll embarrass your screen with a pink screen and call it Barbie. You think I'm joking? I'm not playing with you. You want that kind of embarrassment? of your screen being beat by a Barbie screen. I'll put dandelions around the screen. I'll put unicorns and everything. I'll make it look as girly as can be, and I'll blow your screen out with it. So my suggestion to you is mind your own business. Don't send any more of them stupid emails anymore either. We're going to make a Barbie screen. I got you now. I just said it. I got to make a Barbie screen. Let's get the ingredients together. Let's make a phantom Barbie screen. I'm going to show you the screen that's going to level your stuff real quick. We're going to make a Barbie screen. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. We're going to make a Barbie screen. Now I got to get some unicorn stickers and got to get some flowers and some dandelions. We're going to build a custom frame for this. Oh, yeah. I'm going to make a Barbie screen. This is going to be sick. I already got the idea in my head how we're going to do it. Yeah. We're going to make the Barbie screen. It's just for fun. We're never going to sell this thing. Like, never going to sell it. We're going to make a Barbie screen. All right. We can't call it Barbie. Keep in mind, I'll get sued for that. Yeah, I don't own it. I got to think of something interesting. I don't know. We can call it, we can actually call it the pink unicorn. We can bring back the pink unicorn. We can make a phantom version of the pink unicorn. We call it. Okay, we'll think of something, a name for it. We'll have a pink unicorn. It's going to be pretty cool. We got to design one. We got to do one. We're going to design a pink unicorn screen. All right, that's what we're going to do. And like I said, as for him, yeah, after like I said, anytime if I'm going to do someone's product or something like that, I'm going to research their company, research their business, see what they have to offer. Your screen application alone, I could do campaigns on your screen application alone that nobody would touch you with at all. Nobody in their right mind is going to do that. Nobody. It's going to do that at all, period. People usually don't want it. They're nervous about painting the first application on the screen. Can you imagine telling them you have to paint 4 applications on there to do that? They don't want to touch that at all. It's just too much work. It's a 135-inch screen. Of course, you can't see because my camera's zoomed in. I can't get the zoom to come out of my camera. But my screen over here is 135 inches. You think you want to apply that to 4 different applications on that giant screen over there? No. This comes from not cleaning my screen, people. I have to fight with this. Oh, forget it. Anyway, let me get out of here real quick. I got orders to take care of real quick. Other than that, usually we get emails like that from people that are threatened by our products. Now, as you can see at the end of the day, his Facebook page ain't popping. Ain't nobody really replying back to that at all, period. And I can see why. The demonstrations that you're displaying are pretty much mediocre. You got to do something bigger than that. That backyard screen you should not be doing, because at the end of the day, if I'm an everyday consumer and I'm looking at that screen, I'm thinking like, it's not impressive to me, because I need to see that on a much larger scale. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what would that look like on a much bigger scale? And that's what you should be doing. Got all that land over there, do something with it. Put a big screen back there and do a demonstration with it. And the fact that I got to tell you to do this, and the fact that you didn't do this from the beginning, automatically tells me from the door that you have no confidence in your product. Because if I had that much land back there, the first thing I would have baked, I would have anchored up a big screen without anyone telling me I need to anchor up a big screen. The fact that I had to tell you to do this shows me that you basically don't have enough confidence in your product to put anything bigger out there for that demonstration. And then you did it twice. That's the same cookie cutter screen you used in the demonstration when you were trying to show off your product next to mine. You were trying to give me a challenge. I think that was the same cookie cutter screen right there. Huh, got paid again. It's been a good day too, a real good day. We've been getting orders like, oh, week long, a couple of days since we put the sales been going like crazy. Thank you so much. I'm gonna get back to work. I got no more time to spend on this nonsense. All right, as always, this is why I ignore him. This is why I told you from the door. And people come like, oh, you're afraid of PARTAY, you're afraid. No, we ignore him. We already know from the door what we're dealing with. I told you already. I called it already. Went to the Facebook page. You saw what I was looking at. A lot of dark videos, little tiny screens sitting out in the backyard. Nothing compared to anything we do over here at all whatsoever. Nothing. And then I seen the color of the screen that you applied on with that 4 applications that would never take on anything in here at all, period. The red screens would trash that. Heck, we got a gunmetal downstairs that just got finished trashing some dark gray screen paint mix, not Crow's, something completely different that we made on our end to go against the screen. And that product was darker than Crow's mix. Man, I could just 4 applications. Really? How many, like I said, again, how many cans of paint are you? The shipping cost has got to be berserk. Because you're not shipping 4 cans. You can't even ship 4 cans in a medium box. All right, well, that's basically what. Neither here. That's none of my business. But at the end of the day, yeah, laughable. Gotta go. God bless.